like some deck strategies too.
I will go all out on my last deck strategy that is significantly nerfed just because the witch cap being removed. 'Cause that was like
And
the main
we
sticking
are
point.
live. Actually, we've been live for about 5 seconds, but still. All right. Let's get introductions out of the way. All right. Hello. Welcome to the Best of Nothing podcast episode. I want to say
Something.
9. let me check real quick. What are we at? What are we at? It's been a while. Yeah, episode 9. To my left we
So,
have,
sup? It's Cletus.
and then,
And I am Boom.
and I'm your host, Sir Chandarius. As always, we're here for Best of Nothing. It's been a while since we've done one of these. Things have been really busy at work and other things. Life things, painful things, hateful
Mm-hmm.
things. But I'm back. I'm recording again. My Elgato has stopped taking a shit. I'm making videos again. Bogan Bop just got released like a few days ago. I'm so happy to have released that video because the artist does I feel like the artist deserves way more views and way more like plus the Bear Bop is just it is a bop, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hang on, some fuckboy
Yeah.
just messaged me. Oh, hang on, that's
Fuck boy.
Yeah, my own mother could message me in the middle of this, and I would still say some fuckboy messaged me.
Exactly.
By the way, thank you for that, Zeno.
No problem.
All right. Anyways, okay. So let's start with our weeks. How was my week? So my week. Well, other than a few things here and there, and getting ready to buy my Ring Fit, get ready for those videos soon. I'm going to die. I watched Isle of Dogs, or I should say, I rewatched Isle of Dogs recently, and it really amazes me because it's on Disney Plus now. Just how much third party support Disney Plus is getting. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
all Wes Anderson's Fantastic Mr. Fox and Wes Anderson's Isle of Dogs is on there, and I'm really happy about that because those movies are amazing. They need to be seen by way more people. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
There I go again. I gotta fucking stop saying that word. I hate being. I hate. That's the one thing I hate about being from Wisconsin, because that fucking stupid ass. Like, I feel like an Animal Crossing character. I almost said it again. Uh. So I feel like we have to talk about the elephant in the room after we're done talking about our weeks. But other than that, I got some new items here and there. Like I got some new snack food actually. I'm trying these Kodiak items. Do you guys have those around where you live?
Kodiak items.
They're these foodstuffs that's all about like protein and stuff.
Hmm. Okay.
They have like protein bars, little gram things that are like Teddy Grams, but they're like Kodiak Grams.
Mm-hmm.
They have pancake mix, waffle mix, cake mix. They got it all actually.
Interesting.
It's actually really good. Like the stuff they make is really good and really filling. Like I have a Kodiak bar in the morning, and I'm good till about lunchtime.
Nice.
Yeah, it's actually really like their stuff is good, and their flavors are actually really good too. Like you know how a lot of like oat bars will have like, we're not sponsored by the way. I would love to be sponsored by these people because they make good stuff, but we're not. We're actually sponsored by someone else today because the sponsors are back because I finally landed another sponsorship. Thank God.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I
Yeah.
got some of their grams, and they're just like they're basically adult Teddy Grams is what they are. You know what I mean?
And who doesn't like Teddy Grams? Like, even as an adult, who doesn't like Teddy Grams?
Yeah, Teddy Grahams are great, man.
Awesome.
I love how in Australia they call them tiny teddies.
Really?
Yeah, they call them tiny teddies in Australia
Why can't we just call him that now? That's a
because they're
good
Teddy
name.
Grahams.
Yeah, but tiny teddies are cute.
That's not they're still called Teddy Grahams in Australia. It's just that they're colloquially called tiny teddies.
Ah, okay.
At least that's what I've been told. Just like how the British pronounce Adidas Adidas,
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
which is my favorite, by the way. It's the oh boy, let me get my Adidas on. But anyways, that's about my week. Boom, your week.
Um, I still cannot work,
Some water.
which is possibly one of the most frustrating things ever
Mhm.
because it's not like it's something in my control.
Yeah.
For the listeners who I don't think I told this on the podcast, basically, I crashed the company truck for the company I work
Oh.
for
Mhm.
and cannot remember how it actually happened, like to what caused it.
Oh, that's interesting.
And which has basically caused me to be like, oh crap, now I have to like go see a neurologist, and the soonest neurologist appointment is in 14 days
I
or
can
11 days now.
I can empathize with that, Boom, because fucking
Mhm.
when I was going through the headache shit and like I finally secured that MRI, I felt like I was finally on cloud nine. Like finally, I'm gonna realize what's wrong with me, and they came back with nothing. So that didn't. We still don't know what caused all those headaches, and even now they're still afflicting me. They're just down to the point where they're manageable now, and it's just like I cannot deal with it. You know what I mean? Like I am so scared that any day it's gonna come back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's terrifying. A little side comment to the MRI thing is, I cannot take any MRIs because I have a cochlear implant, so it
Oh
would mess
shit.
with if I took that. So
Oh yeah,
it's
let's just put a magnet up close and X-ray radiation right into your implant. I'm sure it'll be fine.
exactly. So right
Two
now
implants stuck to the walls later. Ow!
Like it had like he's SpongeBob in that one episode with the gorilla where it's just like half his body's on the wall and his other half's on the other wall, but he's like
exactly.
it's like a space cut. It's not like his organs are spilling out. He's just like ow.
And so now I have the decision: should I keep the implant in case I fully lose my hearing, or should I get rid of the
You
implant
need to
in
keep that
order to?
fucking implant,
But the thing is,
Zeno.
if I ever get into an accident or something and they need to do an MRI, they can't do it, and that could be a problem. So it's kind of a
Jeez.
big decision. Plus, for
You know
those
what
that don't
you
really
need to do,
understand,
Zeno?
mm,
Go back to monkey.
I was that's gonna be something I'm gonna mention later today when I get to my turn.
We'll talk about Godzilla and all the fucking bullshit later.
Oh yeah, that too.
Okay. Anyways, let's hear about your week,
Hmm.
Zeno. Or Boom, did you have
All
more to
right.
add on?
Yeah.
Uh, I was able to go to an Asian market with my mom though
Oh, that's
Ooh,
today,
nice.
fun.
and I finally had what are they called? I want to say they're um they're the not cakes.
Mochi?
They're like rice flour. No, not mochi. It's like the rice flour with pork in them that's steamed. The buns.
Pork buns?
Yes, I was able to have like two of those today. Oh my
Hmm.
gosh, those things are so freaking good.
So long as they're
I
made
want to
well.
try one so bad.
So long as
Oh,
they're
they.
made well.
This
Hmm.
is true.
You don't know pain until you've had an overcooked pork bun. Or an
Hmm.
undercooked one, dear God.
Oh God.
Mm,
My friend got an undercooked pork bun, and the look on he was not right for the rest of the day. He looked like he wanted to die. But
Hmm.
the reason why I say that is because he has a texture thing like I do, and from looking at it, like he said he compared it to like eating like biting into a raw tomato, and I'm like, oh God,
You.
yeah. Like
Look, that was.
if someone were to kidnap me, point a gun to my head, and put a raw tomato in front of me, and say, "Eat this, or I'm shooting you," I would honestly have to think about it for a hot minute.
You
I
know
actually
what?
like straight up tomatoes. Like
Hmm.
tomatoes and mozzarella. That is
That's
so good.
different, Boom. I'm talking about whole ass raw tomato. Like
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
fine with marinara sauce. I'm fine with chunky marinara sauce where they have the chunks of
Yeah, yeah.
tomato in there. A raw ass
Hmm.
tomato, fuck no. I'm out. I'm out. Peace sign disappear.
I
Mhm.
will eat just straight up just a tomato sliced up with salt.
And to the disappointment corner he goes. Duo podcast. No more boom. I'm just joking. Okay, now that he's back.
Hey, did you find my signature in there yet? That's a good topic to just leave in
Anyways,
for
all
everyone
right.
to joke.
Boom's back out of the disappointment corner. All right, Cletus, how was your
I'm
week?
terribly sorry. I like fruit.
Some
All
other.
right, so let's see. All right, Genshin pulled another 5-star character
And we're
Val.
moving
So
on.
hey,
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Apex. Been playing some Apex lately with my sister. Tried out the new character on there. Pretty fun. I like his grenades and how his character and all that. Uh, been watching a lot of anime within the past 2 weeks, and I'm currently trying to catch up on Attack on Titan.
Ugh.
Ooh. um, Return to Monkey. I gave a game called Ancestors. I'm playing that a little bit.
Oh,
Oh, ancestors.
Ancestors Legacy?
Yes, the Human
Where
Legacy.
you're
Oh,
You
literally
return to
monkey.
monkey and
No,
you
yes.
no,
evolve.
you are monkey. Now you must be man.
Exactly.
Go
Um,
forward. I want to be man.
and the last thing is there is a new game that came out called Skull, the Hero Slayer, and I've been playing that nonstop. It's really fun.
Actually,
I highly recommend it.
speaking of roguelikes, I beat Hades yesterday.
Really
Ooh.
Yeah, I beat Hades.
impressed.
I
That's
well,
impressive.
I saw the epilogue, which means that I beat
Ah,
the
okay.
first. I beat the essentially I beat the first part of the game,
Mm.
which
Now you
is
have to
which believe it or
really
not,
play.
it's a rare Steam achievement that only like 5% of people who buy Hades get.
You know, that's the weird thing.
And it's
I
funny
have a.
because the way you get to the epilogue is you just get to Hades. Nine you okay. So here's the
Mhm,
thing: you have to get 10 clears in order to get to the epilogue. But what's funny is this: when you get to your last clear, round 10 with Hades, and so it's not in a row, but just 9 total clears, right?
mhm.
When you get to Hades for the 10th time, he just lets you go.
Really?
Yeah,
Yep.
I was. You'll see in the video because I recorded it. It's called Journey's End or Hades
Okay.
Journey's End. That video will be up in a few days from when this podcast goes up. Probably,
Mhm.
anyways. But I fucking lose my shit when Hades just lets me go to see Persephone. And I'm like, Zagreus, don't look a gift horse in the fucking mouth! Our build is shit! My build was so shit, and I had lost a Death Defiance on the way to see Hades. So I was like, oh boy, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be real bad. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And just last night, I actually unlocked King Arthur's sword.
Oh.
It's really slow compared to to Zagreus' normal sword, the Stygian blade, but it hits like a fucking truck, dude.
Mhm. Mhm.
Like it does 200, like on one of its hits, it does like 200 damage. It's awesome.
Mhm.
And
Oh.
it's been a while since I've talked about Hades, but man, I cannot wait to play more of that game. Like,
So I think I wanted to say for Skull was I've been looking through the achievements and you know how like you can see how many players have gained it. Apparently, one of the achievement is talk to one of the characters too many times, and only 0.1% of the players have gotten that. So, in other words, more players have beaten the final boss in the game flawlessly without taking damage than they talk to a single NPC too many times.
that's
Which I just
hilarious.
it's so stupid. I love it.
That reminds me of the fucking Henry Stickmin thing with the lock picking thing. It's like, fine, you want a lock? Here, you pick the lock, and someone's like, hey,
I remember watching that. I don't know
Hmm.
it. I mean, I guess I'm not supposed to talk about like other YouTube channels on the podcast still, but anyway.
please don't. I barely have any clout as is. I have 38 people who think I'm not bad.
At least
Well,
your numbers are improving.
this is true.
Yeah, the goal this year is to get to 50. and that's a very high hill. You know what I mean?
A little bit. But, well, not really, because only 12 people in
Mm-hmm.
8 or 10 months.
Yeah, boom. But it's me we're talking about here.
You give yourself so little credit.
Yeah, you deserve a little bit more credit. I mean,
I mean,
you're still going
I
through it and
mean,
you're making good content.
yeah, but like, how many people have watched Boga and Bob? I'm curious. I'm gonna check that right now. 11 views in the last 2 days. It could be better.
See, you're not like thinking about the positive side of, oh, like 11 people like wanted to see that.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but my problem is that Boga and Bob got 11 views. My blind Monster Hunter, my blind Monster Hunter demo reaction also got 11 views. My follow up for the Lance video got 6 views. You know what I mean? D&D averages on like 10 to 6 views per video.
Mm-hmm.
And some of that are dead air, like that we have some time where it's like, oh yeah, we are just sitting there talking randomly, and even if quite a bit of that is cut out,
Mm-hmm.
you're still talking about, you know.
Dude, I cut out a lot of dead air on those D&D videos, dude.
I know it's true because I do watch them.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
But that's another. We're not here to talk about that. Like we're here to talk about other things. You know what I mean?
This is true,
Like
yes.
Warhammer and fucking Cletus's horror stories
Oh
and my
fuck!
horror stories.
Real quickly, speak for the Warhammer. Warhammer 3 has been announced.
I left a comment on the IGN video where it says, "Oi, boss, is it crumping time? It's always crumping time.
Mm-hmm. But God, I'm
We's gonna
excited for
smash them
Total War.
good."
Total War. Gonna fucking waste $100 on that shit just for the DLC in total.
Yeah, he'll get time to shell out. That's why I skipped Warhammer 2.
Warhammer 2 is pretty good, but yeah, I do recommend to skip it now that Warhammer 3 is gonna start coming out. But I
Let's
give
just
Warhammer 2
let's
its
just hope it
credit.
doesn't turn out like Dawn of War 3.
I'm thinking they're
True.
gonna stick with their original way of playing the game, but then again, they might change it up. So you're right. But they're definitely not going to stray away from the huge combat scale it's supposed to be about. Definitely not going away from that because that's
What
just
if it's a what
made
if
for.
it's a huge swerve and it's a fucking fighting game?
Oh my fucking god,
It's
that would be
it's
horrible.
Total War Warhammer. There's a certain science they have for that game.
No, come on, guys. It's more of the joke, you know what I mean? Just huge
Mm.
swerve, fucking fighting game. I'd still buy it.
hmm
Kind of true. Just play as a Stardust
No,
and just beat the crap out of a Xeno.
that's Dawn of War. I'm talking about like Sigmar, which that's what Warhammer is. Like it's the Age of Sigmar stuff, which sucks ass, mind you. I'm not really a fan of the Age of Sigmar. I'm more of a Warhammer 40,000 fan, but I will
People have their
say
tastes.
the lizard folk,
hmm
they almost got me into Age of Sigmar.
I mean, the lizard folk were really fun. I loved playing them on the Total War Warhammer because sending those like big Rexes out there just to demolish an entire
Masta Mundi, the
armies.
greatest of all Pepes,
Exactly that too.
with the ability to moo.
Uh, that's
God.
great. I love that.
Russian Badger is full of the memes. I love him. Anyways, but Cletus, tell us about your Warhammer horror stories.
Mm, mm. Sorry, taking a quick swig. So for the Warhammer beer, I was talking about or mentioning about like, cutting things up and stuff. You know how like Necrons, some of the Necrons have really long, well, I guess you would call them beards, sort of.
I wouldn't
I
call them
did not
beards.
know that when I was putting together the guards, the little stabby guards. I forgot what they're specifically called, but they're to protect the priest. Anyways, I didn't know they had that, so I ended up cutting off
You're
both of
gonna have
them.
to you're talking to the wrong guy if you're asking about Necrons.
Yeah, that's why
I'm
I'm going
used to
with like the
melting
most.
their skulls down to make a new plate for my
Okay,
truck.
well, So here's the thing. You know how this is a better way to describe it. You know how some Egyptian culture they have that extra long, like stiff beard under it that's like supposed to be decorational.
Oh yeah. The
Yeah, that's what I'm
yeah.
talking about. They some of the oracles on that had those, and I didn't realize at first. I thought that was just the extra piece you have to cut off. So I cut off the beards, and then I was like, oh fuck me. So I can't do anything about fixing it now since they look kind of weird without it.
A drop of super glue.
Ooh. And then there's the other problem with the fact that with the
Wait,
new Necron models, their faces are in half because they have to be put together onto the body. So half of the time when I'm trying to squeeze their heads together, since it's kind of like one of those pinch things, they might slip and then they just fly around the place. And I've almost lost them too many times to count. It's a total nightmare to put them together.
the the horrid bitch that is the shag carpet as you're putting Warhammer bases
Yes.
together.
Yes.
I lost a fucking I lost a knob's head once, and
Ooh.
I just realized how bad that sounded.
Yeah.
For
Anyways,
any British listeners out there, you'll know exactly why.
anyways, I lost a knob's head once for about a week, and
Ooh.
I was getting nervous because I had actually had to I needed to send those knobs out to get painted by a commissioner that I was getting them done by, but I couldn't find his fucking head.
Mhm.
So I had to send the person a letter. It's like, yeah, I lost this one's head, and they're like, you want me to replace it? It'll cost you this much. And I'm like, they wanted to charge me like $20 to replace the head. And I'm like, fuck that. And
That is
I
kind
just
of a fuck
but
that.
but that's how Knob Greyface got created.
But it's like if it's gonna cost that much to replace, you might as well just get another set of knobs.
Yeah. But the
Yeah.
reason why it was gonna be $20 because he was gonna take a
Hmm.
new head, like he was gonna have to buy a new head and he'd still paint it. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So it was just like it wasn't really like
It wasn't trying to rip you off or anything.
yeah, it
Yeah,
wasn't
he
ripping
was
off
trying to
me.
count
Yeah.
the cost, but it's kind of like at the same time he could just have the body and kit bash it or something for later use. But yeah, that would make
It was a
sense.
specific knob set though, so it's like it'd be really hard to find
Ooh.
that specific head. You know what I mean? But
Hmm.
yes, that's how Knob Greyface got created.
Hmm.
Knob Greyface. You wanna know how I found him though?
How?
My cat Bree, who has since passed, she was 24.
Oh.
Well, not 24, she was like 20. But anyways,
Mhm.
she was batting something on the ground. I'm like, what do you got there? And it was the fucking knob head.
Thank God she didn't consume it or anything.
Yeah. To quote Bricky. Now, I'm not sure how much though those figures cost, but considering it's Warhammer, those figures might have cost more than that cat.
Exactly.
How much is Baneblade?
Uh, yeah. Mm.
Enough.
Yes, that's what I'm gonna go with. Just enough. I don't even want to talk about that.
What did it cost you? Everything.
Everything.
An arm and a leg and a
Even
heart and two of my kidneys.
Warhammer 40,000. Even in debt, I serve.
Even
Also,
in death, you
Warhammer
still serve.
40,000. The only legal addiction that is more expensive than cocaine.
That's good. That's
I
good.
almost, I almost bought a pack of Start Collecting Imperial Fists like a week ago.
Ooh, that's not bad.
Well, not so much. Well, yeah. So like, well, I shouldn't say start collecting, but I almost bought an Imperial Fist pack because I really do enjoy the Imperial Fist Legion.
Hmm.
Hmm.
But I don't know. Something in me just told me I don't need to buy it. I already have my knob, not my knob army. I already have my orc army. That's all I need.
Another phrase that could be taken out of context.
And I just want this
Can
goddamn
you
fight to
imagine
be
how
over.
fucked any engagement would be if it was just instead of just being a whole mob, a whole army of boys, it's an army of knobs?
That'd be kind of funny though. Like just that in general would be funny to go up against.
Maybe.
or that's what I believe out of it. But I just want goddamn COVID to be over so I can get the inspiration to go back to actually working on my Necrons. I'm still not done with them.
You know what I want?
Mhm.
Why I want COVID to be over?
Mhm.
So I
Hmm.
can actually go outside without those fucking masks on for once.
Kind of
Same.
got used to it, so I might actually stick with it because that way I don't need to go smile at someone and just be my. Don't have to worry about
I don't need
doing
to
it.
smile at you.
Yeah, exactly.
You've
I
seen
don't
the
need
video.
to
You've seen the
interact.
video of the guy who's mastered the art of making his eyes look like he smile, but he's actually frowning.
Yeah, exactly.
But other Warframe horror stories I have was Gorkanort's arm snapping in two.
Oh God, that's not
I
pretty.
was not happy. You bet your ass I went back to the hobby shop and said, yeah, this was snapped in two. Like, here's the thing, it was still in the bag, or it was still on the runners, but it was snapped in two. I shouldn't say bag. It was on the runner thing. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And it was snapped in two on the runners. And I'm like, what's this bullshit? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So I had to put everything back and fucking take that shit back to the hobby shop. But it's like a horror story. Can you imagine if I had bought a Bane blade and the tank barrel was cut in half?
Eek.
Tank Pro is a little bit easier to fix up because
Yeah, but still, it's like you don't want your shit to
it's
be
still
broken.
yeah,
No.
I get
You're
that.
spending. You're
If I
spending.
if
I'm gonna Google how much a fucking Bane blade is right now.
oh my gosh.
Like, no, I feel you completely on that because with the new destroyer models, their bodies are put together weird because you also have like a weird chunk of it where it's part body but also goes up part to the head. But you kind of have to have like a piece kind of like intertwined.
I don't want some
Uh,
random ass rapper. I want the Bane blade from 40,000.
and you have to have a piece kind of like intertwined with it. So, but you have to press really hard. You can't just glue that shit in. So,
The Astra Militarum direct from Games Workshop is $140.
Hang on,
their models are so expensive. Such an expensive but interesting hobby to have.
hang on. Shopping. Here we go. And it's not and it's not the Astra Militarum. It's the fucking Imperial Guard. Only fucking Zoomers call it the Astra Militarum.
I was just going off of what it literally said on the website.
Fair.
If you have issues with it, please refer to my lawyer.
Yep, there it is. The Bane blade, $140. God, I hate that they call it the Astra Militarum right now. It pisses me off.
Mhm.
They're the Imperial Guard. They deserve that much. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Getting getting their asses chomped by Xenos and shit. They're the Imperial Guard. Guards of the Imperium. They deserve that much. That's, you know what I mean?
They deserve the recognition,
Yeah.
but then there's just so many of them, you know.
There has to be.
Because if there aren't,
If there
everybody
aren't, they
dies.
can't just body rush the enemy.
Speaking of insects, we should talk about our sponsors today.
All right.
All right. So this week we have a sponsor again because I finally landed another sponsor. Because, yeah, a lot of butt kissing had to happen because of the incident with Red. We're not going to name names, but there's a reason why there's 30 minutes missing out of one of the podcasts. But anyways, let's talk about our sponsors today. We are sponsored by Muffet Spider Bake Sale. Yeah, we're scraping the bottom of the barrel at this point.
I noticed.
Yeah, we're sponsored by Bake Sale. Oh god. Anyways,
It's like that one meme joke where someone's asking like, "Hey, would you like this, this, and that, or spiders?" And someone's like, "Spiders? All right, I'll get you some spiders."
and that's exactly it, Zeno. Like, Muffet Spider Bake Sale offers up a variety of wonderful items, such as a spider donut, or spider cider, or... Actually, those are kind of the only two items that she sells. They're still good, though. I mean, honestly, I've tried them both. They're great. As a breakfast item, as a dinner item, as a lunch item, as an item for feeding giant hungry spiders that you don't want to eat your face. You know, all around, it's a really, really wonderful product. And Reasonably priced too for the low price of. Oh God, they're worth that much. Anyways, they're still reasonably priced.
They're a good price, but ooh boy.
Yeah. Anyways, use the code best of nothing to get wow, half off. Wow. Use the code best of nothing at checkout to get half off of any purchase from your local Spider Bake Sale.
Crunchy, but I'm sure you'll like it.
Yep. Anyways, back to the podcast.
Wait, we were on a podcast? I thought this was a game show.
Very funny. We're not sponsored by Metaton. So what else has been going on? Oh, we need to talk about the fucking vampire mommy from
Oh my god,
Resident
the milk.
Evil.
Okay, listen. Even Markiplier is all over that shit. He was upset no one told him about it.
Yeah, I saw
He's
that.
thirsty too.
We're all thirsty, and I feel like I'm targeted because she's giant. Like she's proper huge.
Like, it's not about how sexy she is. It's about that power that she has.
Like
Okay.
like the whole aesthetic of just like, damn it. But what I hate about is
The
that
whole
she's a
aesthetic of
fucking
goth mommy.
vampire, and I hate vampires with a passion. So I am going to abandon my humanity and commission giant werewolf mommy.
Oh my god.
I will
Yeah, but
I will do what is necessary.
yeah, but
I
why
I
werewolf
I
mommy when you can
literally
go slime mommy?
literally just like, fine, I'll do it myself. I can't believe like shit like this takes the internet by storm sometimes. Like first it was Bowsette, and now it's and then it was Femboy Hooters, and now it's just fucking Vampire Mommy. Oh
It
god.
gets really thirsty, but that's what makes it an amusing place.
But what's funny is that we now know that the whole internet has a shit ton of mommy issues.
I thought
When
that
you
was
want
a
giant
given.
goth vampire mommy to, step on you and tell
Okay.
you what a good boy you are.
Whoa!
Can I
Zeno,
say it?
hold
Can I say it?
say what?
I had to say it.
Thanks,
Someone had to
Isabel.
say it here. I did it for you. You're welcome.
Isabel, what are you talking about, Boom? Isabel didn't say anything. Did you say something,
Oh
Isabel?
my!
No, she didn't say anything. You hear her say that?
You're
One of,
actually gonna let that through.
one of these days, I'm gonna have to fucking get a soundboard for her so she can actually be part of the podcast.
Mm,
Anyways, I'm gonna let that one slide just this once because that's good. That's actually really funny. Anyways,
there you
moving on.
go. See, someone had to say it, and it was me. I took the
God, but
responsibility.
it's just like I don't like it though. I don't
You don't have to like it. You
You
just
don't
have to.
have to like it.
Yeah.
just stop talking about it. I like it. I want her to step on me. It's like, no. Like
Oh,
people misconstrued why I like tall girls. I just damn, you know what I mean? It's not it's literally not because I want them to step on me. That's the last thing I want. That shit hurts.
not wrong.
I mean,
Last time I checked,
have
that
you ever
does
been
hurt.
stepped on by someone? I'm not talking about in a sexual matter. Have you just ever been stepped on by someone? Has anyone ever stepped on your foot?
No,
Okay. Can you imagine
I don't get
someone
outside
actually?
enough for that.
Can you imagine someone actually stepping on your ribs or your neck or your head or your
Well, no, that's
like
yeah.
your
No, that
legs
would hurt
or
because they
God
were
forbid
not
your
doing.
dick? I don't see the sexual like attraction to someone stepping on someone else. You know what I mean?
Okay, well, to be fair, it goes multiple ways. One, they're not, putting their full weight on you, obviously, because the consensual thing. And two,
That's
it's
what they are
about the
doing,
message of
Zeno.
it. It's about the message. It's about the message they're telling you.
It's not about
Is
the
it?
money. It's about the message.
Yeah, exactly.
I,
And it's
I
about the
think
message of
you're
dominance. So
I think you're getting dominatrix is mixed up with masochism.
it's usually a mix, but yeah, you have to have someone with a little bit of that for a little bit of this.
Yeah. At the very least, we're not furries or foot fetishes up in here.
There you go. Yeah, we
Fucking speaking of
I'm gonna hold.
furries, like Hell of a Boss just called out furries super fucking hard in their third episode recently because Luna, she's the Hellhound girl, and
Mhm.
they're talking about going onto the surface to kill a bunch of souls for spring break because that's when a lot of people are just around. People want killed, and they're like, well, we can't have you going up onto the surface without disguise because of the degenerates up there, and all the characters look at the fucking camera. It's like we're talking about you assholes.
And are they wrong?
They're not, which I'm very happy.
I,
Exactly.
Like
I
fucking
was
hell.
gonna say there is definitely this kind of most people that are spring breakers probably could stand to be removed from the gene pool.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
I see.
Great minds think alike. That's all I can say.
Great minds think alike. God, this is one of those moments where they're gonna show us our trial. Like right here, Your Honor.
All right, what's next on the list on the
Well, I'm
shit
not
that we
sure if
do?
I've talked about it, but I got a dice dagger recently. That is a piece of
Oh
shit
yeah.
because the seller I bought it from was not licensed to actually make these fucking things. So
Free loot.
I got my money back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and they haven't asked for it back yet.
That's the thing. I haven't gotten an email or been contacted by the seller, and in fact, I got an email saying that the return request has been closed. So, yeah, they just straight up gave me my money back.
Which is awesome. Free loot.
Yeah, free loot. I mean, this thing is still crappy, but at least it's free now.
Yeah, like that makes up for the crappiness. It's
Yeah,
free.
I mean, granted, this is about 50 cents worth of plastic out of a 3D printer, so yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Last time I don't buy something like some craft like this that's not off of Pinterest. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
As much as I hate to say it, Pinterest does have a lot of cool stuff on it, and there are a lot of like actual genuine sellers on Pinterest that I'm just like, I gotta buy more shit for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like
mm,
it's a great place
Etsy
for
too.
people to have a creative
Etsy as
outlet
well. Yeah, yeah,
and make money.
Etsy is really good for like if you
Mm.
actually. I especially like the metalworking
yeah, yeah. Like
and leather.
I've seen a bunch of stuff on those where I'm like, okay, you know what? Maybe my
And before you say,
I
of
wouldn't
course you
say
like leather, I swear, Zeno.
Say again?
boom. We have excuse me. Boom. Zeta doesn't even have to say it. You're obsessed with leather items.
I'm not really.
Well,
But you seem like it.
let's talk about your leather bracers.
Those are the only leather item I own aside from okay, I do have a faux leather jacket, like bomber jacket.
Bombers are cool. You gotta let that one slide.
Bomber jackets
Even
are
I would
okay.
get one if they would look good on me, but I don't wear that kind of shit.
If I could, and I'm always mad about this, but you know those bomber style skirts, the ones that go all the
I,
way, the ones that go all the way down and have the pockets.
Oh.
If I was a girl, I'd wear one of those every fucking day because they're radical.
Mm-hmm.
Like
okay,
they're basically these skirts that go like all the way down, like past your knees, and they're like in the same style of a bomber jacket. You know what I mean?
Pretty sick.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing's gonna stop you technically, but yeah, those sound cool.
Yeah, I saw a girl wearing one at work, and I'm like, "What the hell is that?" And she said, "Oh, it's a bomber skirt."
Even the name of it is just cool in general, so there's that.
Yeah, it just reminded me of that fucking thing from Ruby. It's like, "Hey, it's a battle skirt." Yeah. Did did that did that get picked up?
yes, and I chuckled.
I chuckled too.
I just want to make sure that high five got that high five made it in.
Okay,
Oh,
I
oh, did
don't
you
think I
hear?
heard
Did you
that.
guys hear about this?
Oh no.
So I read this is old news, but I read this recently and it made me laugh so hard. So at Star Wars Galaxy Edge, they are removing all the characters from the new trilogy and replacing
Mhm.
them with characters from fucking Mandalorian.
Yeah,
I'm kind
smart.
of okay with that.
I am
Same.
too, and nothing of value was lost.
Exactly, but the problem is there's a potential chance they butcher the Mandalorian characters.
Well, they already did. They're replacing that one girl on the fucking poster because they try to cancel culture her.
Oh.
I mean, cancel culture can.
Cancel itself.
Yes, that's a
Yeah,
good
there
way
you
of
go.
putting it.
God's
That's a better way.
sakes. I don't get it. I don't get the idea of trying to cancel people. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
humans were never meant to have multiple hundreds upon hundreds of opinions based like out in the open on a daily basis. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
we're meant to deal with a grand total of about like maybe 100 people at a time, not 1,000, but 100. You know what I mean? That's supposed to be your home
Hmm.
group. You're not supposed to have like these giant sprawling thousands upon thousands of people, like groups like and people like listening to you. And I know it sounds weird coming from a YouTuber, but in reality, when human beings are not meant to have this many differing opinions blasted at them on a daily basis. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
and the other problem is there are just some people who just don't have the IQ to even have an opinion. They should just be quiet.
They just join. They just find whatever mob they think looks good, and they just jump right in.
Exactly.
And honestly,
And that's what
I can
annoys me.
understand. I mean, hell, when you don't really have anything to believe in the first place, or you don't really know what the hell you're doing, or are taught how to like really form your own opinions and not like just jump on another person's opinion bandwagon, like,
Hmm.
of course you're gonna be like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Hmm.
you don't want to get my opinion on the current American system of schooling.
As as much as I'm
To
sure,
no, to be
as much as
fair,
I'm
that
sure
shit.
Isabella would like to talk for 20 minutes, I'm
Yeah,
sure we can skip that.
I'm gonna keep myself quiet on that too, because I have a kind of a strong opinion towards that as well.
Yeah, we can talk about that later when the Trash Fire podcast finally goes up. We can do that one. Basically, what I've actually been meaning to talk about this on the podcast recently because it's this idea where it's called dumpster fire. You know what I mean? And
No, Isabel,
no, Isabel,
everything is okay.
everything is okay. We get a half hour, and after that half hour, it stays up for 1 hour. After we've gone live, it stays up for 1 hour, and then it gets deleted, and we never talk about it again.
Nice idea.
Well, actually, not even it stays up for an hour. Just after it's done, it's deleted. You know what I mean? So
Then
you
what's
have
the
you have
point
to you have
of
to
recording it then?
because it's going to be live.
Oh yeah, yeah, okay, okay. Yeah.
It'll be on YouTube Live, and afterwards, after that half hour, we delete it just so YouTube can't come after us.
Come after you, yeah.
Us. This is a channel in which I share it with you guys. We are all together on this. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
Hmm.
We must all share the curse then.
Yeah.
We must all share the curse.
I mean, I'm no super best friends, but you guys are as much a part of the channel as I am. You know what I mean?
Aw,
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I do too.
You guys are my friends, and I play with my friends all the time. So of course you guys are part of the channel.
Yeah. That would make sense, yeah.
Yeah.
That's still very sweet though, regardless.
Ah, thanks, guys. Well, I'm just glad that you guys see it that way. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the year to be over though, because the year to get going because it's like
You
the
want
anime.
this year to be over. The year started
No,
off
no,
like a
no, no,
shit
no,
show
no, no,
for
no.
me.
I mean, what I meant to say is I can't wait for the year to get going because the conventions are back.
Yeah, I do want to go back to SuperCon.
I can't wait for. Actually, I shouldn't say it. I shouldn't say it because yeah, fuck it, I'll say it. I
Well, I mean,
cannot
if you guys
wait
felt
for
ready,
Kits.
then you
I
can,
cannot
but
wait for KitsuneCon this year. I legit cannot.
the what con?
KitsuneCon, it's a local one.
Oh, nice. Yeah, the SuperCon is my local one.
Hmm.
It's where I always save like at least $200 for it just to buy a bunch of
Two
models and
hundred.
xenomorphs. $200 for it, so I
Try
can get.
600, bro.
Yeah, well, I don't need to spend too much there. Now all I really get is
Well,
xenomorph
I
models.
don't really spend that much either. I usually come home with like $300 or $400, but I always take that much just in case there's a lot of big items. But I'm a big print collector, as I know a lot of people are well aware. I buy prints like fucking crazy. I still have to hang a bunch of them, which I'm gonna hang a few more of them tomorrow. But yeah, I buy prints like fucking crazy.
Hmm. Plus, I'm really hoping to go there with a friend of mine and do like cosplay or something as well.
Yeah.
'Cause we had
Speaking
an
Yeah,
speaking of
idea that we
which
were gonna
con
joke
is it?
around with. It's the one. I'm trying to like not say where I live, but at the same time, just get Isabel
well,
ready for that part.
you kind of already fucked yourself because you said SuperCon, and if anyone wants to know in the general area where you live, since you said it's
I
local.
think it's called SuperCon. That's the thing.
Galaxy
Yeah,
Con?
yeah. I think it is GalaxyCon. You're right.
You
Well,
could
It's
just
the
there you
come
one
with
go.
that's in the
me.
city.
You could just come with me.
Yeah, I can come with you. It's either I come with you or I go with Amy or I go with another friend of mine. But yeah,
Makes
there's
sense.
a cosplay idea was one of my friends was joking around, so I might end up doing a maid cosplay.
Okay.
I mean, I ain't
Wow, your
complaining, but
first
yeah, that
cross-dressing
was.
cosplay. Nice job. Congratulations.
I
Oh
actually already
gosh.
got the costume. The problem is the size is a little too small, so I have to get it replaced. It's the ReZero.
Oh god.
I know. That's what I'm thinking.
At least you didn't get fucking suckered into. You know, I'm not telling the story.
I kind of want to hear it now that you mention it, so you kind of got it now.
Too bad. I'll tell it after the podcast is done recording.
Bitch, fine.
Because this is a story I do not want out there.
I don't blame you.
God, I think back to that convention and I want to die on the inside.
Oh, is it? Okay, I
Stop.
think I know
Just
that.
no. Don't ask any more questions.
No,
We're
I'm not
moving.
mentioning
We're
anything
moving
now. I'm
on.
just.
How much time do we have left, anyways?
I
Yeah, we got time.
don't know.
Plenty of time.
That's what I thought.
God. All right, let's look at some of our podcast topics and see what we got.
Oh yeah, what else we got?
No. No.
See.
Okay. So talk to me about why the Necrons are so lit compared to the other races.
Oh, everything. First of all, they don't get involved with the Xenos. Well, not Xenos, but the
Excuse
ones.
you, everything?
Yes, they're. Well, I'm jokingly saying this. They're not immortals. What do you think about it?
I got this here chopper and shooter that says otherwise.
Well, that's the thing. You destroy them, but their bodies can just be replaced and reproduced again. That's kind of how they
I.e.,
do their
same like the
reanimation
orc. All I gotta
process.
do is go to a dock and he can fix me over the new arm and bop me on the head and I'm fine.
Fair enough. Second, they don't deal with chaos at all because chaos can't do anything to them since they're, you know, unfeeling and all
Oh,
that.
you mean those
They are.
chaos crazies, the ones that we shred just like them tin cans?
Well, to be honest, you guys shred because you just have pure numbers. You like fuck like crazy or some shit. I don't know what the story is for orcs.
Orcs are lichens, dude. They reproduce asexually.
Oh yeah, not only that, but you're already little bitches too, because Necrons made orcs.
No, you didn't. No, they didn't.
No, they did. To deal with the gods, they had to
No,
create
the
another
old
being
ones
capable.
created the Necrons. I'm sorry, the old ones created the orcs. The Necrons
Orcs.
were the
I need to rewatch that story because you're either right or wrong. I just need to
no. The
remember it.
old ones created the orcs in order to combat the Necrons.
Oh yeah, and then
The
orcs.
Necron, the Necron tier were the ass blasted planet people who lived on that radiation planet.
Okay. What
Yeah.
else? They don't have to deal with the Tyranids because they aren't, bio. So Tyranids aren't that interested in them like at all. So that's kind of another good thing for them.
Okay, that's the only thing you have on the orcs so far. But we can make
Well, there's other
pretty
things
fine
like,
shooters out of their bodies though.
I mean, giant pyramids of mass destruction. Snipers that can just warp speed all over the place like crazy because they're sick.
Last time I checked, those green beams don't do shit to our mighty Stompa.
Yeah, but they also destroy atoms. You guys just go blast, blast, blast. We strip atoms. Therefore, we can easily take down big
The boss
machinery.
says that those don't hurt the Stompa, so they don't hurt the Stompa.
Uh,
And boom, it doesn't mean shit anymore. All the boss gotta do is convince them that they ain't gonna get hurt by the Necrons.
The other thing is they don't have to deal with morale loss because orcs they love to fight, but they still have morale losses if they're doing really bad.
Nah, we just have to figure out who's in charge next.
Oh gosh, Red is here.
Jesus God Christ, Red, what
Just
the
here.
fuck are you doing in Mexico right now?
I thought I told you guys I was going to Mexico twice
You
this
never
year.
told us shit!
I
Oh.
apologize, but right now I'm drunker than a skunk and I'm enjoying a cigarette. I had a Cuban cigar. Life is great. I'm enjoying everything right
Man, just taking a
This
walk,
is
I think.
this is the part where he said he's currently being chased by police because he tried to jump the border.
now. Hold on. I'm playing shit. We all know I don't gotta jump shit. Look,
Is
man.
he coming in garbled for anyone else or?
Yeah, he's garbled, but I think that's because he's walking right now, seeing the
I'm
recent
not
picture he
walking.
showed
It's
me.
just it's windier than fuck right now, and I'm on my phone without my earbuds. So
Makes
we're going
sense.
through.
Okay, yeah.
But
Yep.
hey, it's Gucci and I'm enjoying it. And like I said, I'll be back on like Tuesday-ish to Wednesday, depending on if I choose to take Wednesday off. It's like a anti fucking airplane motion sickness bullshit day.
I feel that. I feel that pain.
Oh yeah, it didn't help that it was a two-trip drive. It was a two-trip flight from Utah to fucking Mexico. We stopped in Texas. First trip was great. I slept for half of it. Second trip had a fucking crying infant. So we all know how that went.
Out the window.
Out the window, yeet the baby.
Hey, I was half
I don't
tempted.
think anyone will miss this child.
I actually have a picture for that. Give me a second here. Oh wait, hang on, audio listeners. Yeah, they don't see this. Actually, forget it. I'll post this picture because this is actually very very applicable.
Oh, sweet J.
Here it is.
Let's see you, boys.
It's in trash can. It's great. Just into the ocean.
Yeah, I expected him to
Yeah, yeah.
be crazy, but
That's
you know
actually
what?
Arthur Morgan, believe it or not.
I can totally believe it.
All right, boys, I gotta dip.
All right, bring back some loot for the D&D campaign.
Or I'll murder your ass.
Oh, he's gone.
Ah, damn it.
So yeah, for all who is unaware, Red is currently in Mexico for some reason. He never told us shit. Yeah, he asserts the fact that he did tell us he was going to Mexico.
Yeah, but I didn't even know either, so yeah.
Boom, did he tell you?
Not that I remember.
Yeah, I don't know, like fucking weird.
What I'm thinking is he might have told plenty of other people, and so therefore he assumed he probably told us, but he didn't.
Yeah. Anyways, oh my god.
Let's see.
Yeah, but still,
Necrons
I
asserting
still
dominance.
don't think that Necrons are the best race. I think.
Well, no, you're totally entitled to your opinion. I understand why orcs are also really amazing. I just personally prefer Necrons for their what they've gotten, how they are, well, in the
Also,
universe. Their place in the universe.
Necrons aren't red, so therefore they're slow. But Necrons are green, so therefore they have one of the best colors. Oh, he's conflicted. Necrons are
Fair.
green, so that means they're partially the best. But we's greener, so we the best.
All right, you any opinion from you, Tex?
Let me guess. You are either a salamander or an ecclesiarch.
Try Blood Angels.
Fucking course.
Oh yeah, I mean Blood Angels. I kind of don't blame him for that.
I would. You think that Boom would be a fucking part of the salamanders
Honestly, did think that, but hey.
or
more
the
we know.
Raven Guard?
Someone with Raven Guard with how he's playing his current character in D&D, yes.
He always plays his characters like that, though.
Fair.
Not
He does like
always.
to be.
Yeah, but there was a point where you were an actual bird and you were the like kind of part the assassin of the group.
Yeah. And then things happened.
Mhm.
Which
Wait, aren't they known as aren't they Blood Ravens, not Blood Angels? Hello? Yeah, they're blood ravens. Cletus, hello?
Yeah,
Uh,
I hear you. I'm just not saying much because this isn't really much of a topic I know much about.
Yeah, you know basically jack shit about the Astartes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're called blood raven space marines.
Oh no. I know a bit about. I thought you were talking D&D for a second.
No, the blood.
That's when I got.
They're called the Blood Angels space chapter. Are there blood angels?
Mm-hmm.
from my
Yeah, they are.
knowledge, yes.
What chapter are they a part of?
Shit. I think they were their own chapter. They might have. I actually don't know. That's something that's a little bit on my topic.
Blood angels.
Hmm. Well, that's what we have the internet here for, folks.
I got it. All right, blood angels. First founding, the successors of the Revenant Legion. These are chapters. Sanguinary blood. Death. First founding. Who is their Primarch? Sanguinius. So, oh yeah, Blood Ravens are okay. So the original chapter was the Blood Angels, but the Blood Ravens were the successor chapter.
Yeah, I remember the original ones.
Yep, Blood Ravens. That's the successor chapter.
All right.
That's the one that's more common today than the Blood Angels. Gabriel Angelos. Yep.
Why is Escanor back?
I couldn't
Well,
tell
it's
you,
just not
dude.
that.
Fuck boy.
Well, it's because where I'm at, it's not as DC. You guys should hear me better.
We're hearing you better, but you were lagging.
Yeah, like serious. That was some shit. That was some serious lag.
Give it a minute or two, and I should connect to the Wi-Fi.
By the way, how's the wall look from that side?
Currently non-existent.
Good.
So you know what? The view's fantastic. We're rocking around 60 to 70 degree weather, and I found myself a little homie to hook me drink. So life is fucking
I
awesome.
legit thought you just said you found someone to hook up with, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, Red, you've been there for a day.
Would you be surprised?
I
With
would
Red?
not.
No.
Honestly.
No, not with Red.
No. Mm-mm.
Red doesn't have as much game as you think, guys.
But he comes off very
I thought you're
charismatic.
sadly mistaken. I don't think you understand how many. But
Anyways, hey there, Isabella. Good to hear from you.
oh come on, you gonna censor me on that? You can
No,
mute your
I'm gonna
video.
censor myself on the other thing, but regardless.
Oh, come on.
Anyways, moving on. Red, since you're really coming in muffled, you're gonna have to
Well, I wanted to come in and say hello. I love you, beautiful fuckers.
you're drunk right now.
Too. Yeah, he's drunk.
I lost track of how many drinks I've had.
Well,
guess
Red,
it's not.
you missed a big encounter in the D&D session today.
Yeah.
It is unfortunate. I
Maybe-
tried
It
to
was
tell you
Maybe
guys, but
maybe
it
if you
wasn't
were
so-
maybe if you were around, you might have actually had a chance.
No, if he was around, his
He might have
dino
tried to
probably would've-
mount it.
Yeah, that's true. He
Well,
might
not
have.
even that, but he has abilities for dealing with bigger dinos. But
To
we're
be
not
fair-
talking about D&D right now. We're talking about the podcast and our weeks.
Well, you did bring it up, so.
Well,
Uh-huh.
to be fair, my week has been fucking great. Minus the fact that traveling with a 4-year-old and a 9-year-old is hell on earth.
That much is obvious.
Like- Yeah, not to mention, okay, so here's how this went. Today, we're traveling from Utah to Texas. It was pretty nice. I stayed up, so I'm currently working on 2 hours of sleep and like 4 energy drinks, okay? So, first off, the first trip from Utah to Texas wasn't that bad. I got to sleep for the first hour. The second hour, I couldn't sleep, but no biggie. Then the second one happened. And you know what happened? I got stuck with a fucking infant that did nothing but cry for the entire 3-hour travel. Okay?
How do you
Now,
cry for that
I
long without
understand.
putting yourself down?
I don't know, buddy. I wish I knew, but I fucking don't. All I know is this little fucker kept crying, so I couldn't fucking sleep. And it made me big upset, and to the point where I wanted to yeet the child outside the fucking plane. But you know what? It's okay because I'm here now. It's warm, it's toasty, and I have a homie to hook me up with drinks throughout the day, so I don't have to fucking move. I told him if this, what I told this guy is, I gave him a $20 tip straight up, so fat fucking tip, and I told him there's more that come from if my drink never hits below half. So far tonight, it has not hit below half, and I've been enjoying life. I even got myself a Cuban cigar. You can't beat that.
Wow. Jesus Christ, Red's living.
Living
Where
life
I
right
come
now.
from, where I come from, my drink doesn't go below half.
That's actually a pretty good quote.
I know, right? It's great. And it's so awesome. Like, the second my drink gets anywhere near the halfway point, I got another one ready. And I even set my brother up to do a room service for mac and cheese because your boy be hella craving that right now. Enjoyed some Mexican food. It was awesome. I had a mole chicken, which was holy fuck, ungodly good. It had no right to be that good, but it was, and it was delicious. And now I just finished up my last smoke, so I'm a little upset, but it's okay. I'm gonna go bum some more cigars off the fucker right now.
It's great to hear that you're having fun there.
Oh, I'm having a blast, and I'm sitting on top of Genshin. Also, like I said, my luck has been unparalleled right now with C1 Zhao. It is bullshit. I love it. Anyhow, boys, I wanted to come in and say I love you, beautiful fuckers. I'm gonna dip in.
Well, it's good to hear from you, Red, and please come home safe.
And also, bring home
Okay.
at least 3 kilos of cocaine for Tex.
Hello there,
You are
Isabel. Good to hear from you
severely,
again.
Something
you
for
are
me
severely
too. Definitely get
underestimating
me
me.
something.
You are all severely underestimating me.
It's only a D&D, so it'll be fine.
Anyway, boys, I'll be dipping because your boy's got to piss like a fucking racehorse. See you in a bit.
All right, see you, Red. He's gonna have the mother of all hangovers tomorrow.
Oh
Absolutely.
He's not gonna be able to. He's gonna be dead. He's gonna have that fucking thing where he wakes up. He wakes up. He looks outside and it's all blue. He's gonna die.
yeah. Mhm.
It's blue, always was.
It's shut up.
I'm blue, da-be-dee-da-be-doo,
Wait,
da-be-
it's all
What?
Earth. Yeah, that's what you trained
Always
for.
was.
You're an astronaut. You trained 8 years to go up here. Of course, it's all Earth. It's like my favorite version of that meme. It's just nothing's wrong. The guy's just an idiot. Okay. God.
What else is there to talk about?
I don't know. We don't really. This is sort of just like a return podcast to get back into the saddle of doing this weekly again. You know what I mean?
Well, we could always talk about Magic the Gathering possibilities.
No,
Oh, yeah, that's
that's the
true.
last thing we need to talk about.
Oh, are you kidding me? I had one person.
I played Magic Gathering in high school. I don't know about any of the new shit. Boom. I can't talk much about it.
Oh, I can just tell you what he did with a deck, which is disgusting.
It's not as bad as my fucking
My deck.
population deck where I just populated 7/7 worms the whole time.
No, it's worse.
My deck too. With the undead.
Because at least then you could field wipe.
Yeah, I had an artifact that negated field wipes.
That's pretty good, but I also have. Shit,
Trust me, the high school meta was rough, kids.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Fucking every asshole had a blue deck and cunts.
Blue decks are still bitches to put up with. Always has been.
I hate blue decks so with a passion. It's just like
They're
fucking stop
anti-fun.
counter spelling like the thing that gets me is that technically summoning a creature is a spell so you can counter it, and it's like, is that
Yeah.
that's an official rule, right?
Yep.
Yeah, they're considered a spell.
It just pisses me off because that's so stupid.
seriously, and it annoys me most because it's like, oh, I can just stop you from using any high level spell without any additional reason. It'll only cost me like 2 mana just to stop you from doing
Yeah,
anything remotely
2
fun.
mana, and it's like no fun allowed. And it's just like, well, fucking run the timer out like it's fucking cross Tekken, asshole.
Hmm.
Are you really having any fun? They are, because they're at least making their opponent rage, and that's all they want.
Hmm. Like I love them for just their spells in general. They're cool, but just counter spells just need to not either do that or like give an increased cost that more the opponent's card costs
Yeah,
or
but then you
something
have all
to
the
balance it
blue
out.
purists crying because I can't counter spells easily anymore.
Yeah. Ugh.
Then again, I shouldn't be talking because my population deck is pretty scummy. And again, considering
I
considering the fuck shit I had to put up with in high school,
I
I had to get creative with that fucking population
okay.
deck.
Just to give quickly, my deck was mainly small poking at you. Like I deal 1 damage to you every time I summon. Then I have like additional cards where it's like every time I summon, deal more damage, also heal yourself.
Giving
And then not only that, but there is also a card along with it that's called Black Devotion. And the more cards you have, you combine all their black mana costs, and then that much will deal when you summon that monster. That much damage will be dealt to your opponent, and you will also heal that much. My entire deck played out that way. Just keep
Jesus
poking them
Christ, Xeno,
without
slow
even fighting
down.
them.
Basically,
It's a
he's
lot to
saying
explain.
however much damage he healed,
No, I caught
you
all that,
died.
but Christ, he's speaking a mile a minute.
It's a
But
lot to say, and I want to make sure I get it all out.
yeah, but you can talk slow. It's not like we're exactly low on time.
Fair.
Okay,
So one
but
of my friends
anyways,
actually came up
so
with a
my
deck that
I was gonna
basically.
go.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
So basically, my deck was a green white, and I had to get really creative with my deck, and so I had things like populate birds that were like 2/1s, and had relics that gave all creatures that had flying death touch, and
God.
I had I had to get really creative. And then I
Hmm.
figured out battalion was a thing, so I got a bunch of white creatures that had battalion.
Oof.
And yeah, so like I said, the high school meta was not forgiving, but the cheesiest and bullshit play that I ever pulled was mass population on Garuk Planeswalker when he summons all those worms, and I just fucking
Hmm.
mass populate after that. You know what I mean? Because I had a
Hmm.
card that would be double the number of tokens that are currently on the field,
Oh yeah, I remember that. Ugh.
and I had 2 of those in my deck.
You must have been real popular.
It got to the point where it's not that I was unpopular, but it got to the point
Mhm.
where I like people, a few of the other kids that played Magic didn't want to play with me because it was kind of scummy. But considering the bullshit they had and the bullshit they were buying, like one of my friends had bought fucking Balefire Dragon.
I don't know that card.
It's a card that damages all cards in the fields whenever it attacks.
Oh my god. Yeah,
It's
I would
a
hate
red
that.
high cost dragon, but I had this thing called pacification that would just negate it. And what it
Yeah.
does is it puts a thing on the card. It's enchantment. Target card can no longer attack.
Mhm.
And we had this
I know
joke. We had this
pacification.
joke where whenever anyone would pacification or anything, we'd say it's carrots because that's just as good as a pile of carrots. Then
I love that. There's a deck. I don't remember what they're called. I'm trying to remember. I can like describe them. I like to think of them as Murlocs, or I think that's what they
Oh,
were.
Merfolk. Merfolk.
Yeah, either that, but it's like
Merfolk are a bunch
small
of bastards.
because my friend had a
There's this
deck.
one Merfolk card where there's this Merfolk jumping onto a boat about to murder some guy. He's like, "Who will miss you? Who will miss you, human? A family, a son. No, nothing matters when you're dragged beneath the waves." And it's like, you're a fucking asshole, dude. Fucking killing this random ass fisherman for what? Doing his job? Fuck you.
The
Hmm.
worst kind of decks are mill decks because they're not at all interactive.
It's just, oh boy, fucking million, fucking, hey, I'm working the lawnmower. Dumbasses.
Well, my friend came up with a deck
Let's
that
let's
is okay. Are you familiar with the card Croxa, the World Eater?
No,
enlighten me.
do enlighten us.
Basically, every single time you play the card, the enemy either sacrifices a creature
Oh my god.
or lose 3 HP if they don't have any creatures left to sacrifice.
Ooh.
Okay. Now there is a
Boom,
card.
you need to stop before I have an aneurysm.
It gets
Put that,
worse.
you put that on a green deck, and your enemy's just dead.
No,
You
it's
do
a
this-
black-red.
Oh God, what are you talking about?
I do the same thing with my deck, and I love it.
Okay, so there's another white creature called Luminous Broodmoth, which every single time a creature on the ground dies, it comes back with a flying counter.
I'm sorry.
Now,
Excuse you and your entire pitiful race you call humans.
Oh
pretty
yeah,
much.
Chan. Another card in my deck is I don't remember the name of it, but it produces nightmares. Every time I can choose to sacrifice a creature and resummon it as a 1/1. So you can make a bit of duplicates with that,
You
along
know,
with the whole summoning shit.
I actually, at one point, I shouldn't say at one point, I actually possessed this card that I was borrowing
Mhm,
someone else's deck for a bit, and in their deck they had this card which is called the Spell Cage. I'm
mhm,
not sure if I'm trying to remember. I think it was called the Spell Cage, but basically it's like this high cost relic that if you cast it, you can shove the other person in the cage, and they literally cannot cast spells of any kind. So they can't do anything, and they just lose the game at that point. At that point, it just becomes okay. I just do enough damage to kill you at that point.
That's
It was the
so
cheapest fucking
unfair.
card I ever saw, and it was a real card. It was bullshit.
I mean, I have two cards. One from Liliana, where she'll just make you sacrifice everything but one of each, so you pretty much just lose the game at that point. And another one which is from the Gorgon, where if she even hurts you at all with anything, you just lose the game.
Oh, are you talking about Angel of Destiny?
No. Oh, you mean to him?
No, you.
No. They're both Planeswalker cards. Yeah.
Oh.
I kind of
Okay.
want to
Yeah,
do a
there's
magic roll with you now. Yeah.
but there is a so to finish the Croxa deck, there is
Here it
then a
is. Here it is.
card.
It's called Graph Digger's Cage. Artifact. Creature cards in graveyards and libraries can't enter the battlefield. Players can't cast spells from graveyards or libraries. Like how bullshit is that?
Hmm.
It's like you just don't get to play the game anymore. And it costs 1. I forgot it costs 1.
Just one? Are you serious?
It costs 1.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that card is banned from every game.
It has to be. Rulings. Players can still play lands from the graveyards or libraries if the effect allows them to do so. If an effect exiles a card from a library and allows player to cast it, that player may do so. The spell is cast from exile, not library. Look at the card as it exists in your graveyard to determine whether it can enter the battlefield. For example, Sculpting Steel can be put onto the battlefield as a copy of a creature, but Feryx Metamorph can't be put onto the battlefield even if it would copy a non-creature artifact. Manifesting a card from a graveyard or library is an impossible action while Graph Digger's Cage is on the battlefield. This card won me so many fights. It's bullshit.
That is bullshit.
Yep. Graph Digger. God, here's a hang on. I'm gonna post it just so you guys can look at this bullshit in trash can. Because it belongs in the trash can. Look at this bullshit. Just read this.
And it's not even a mythic rare. That's even more
Yeah,
bullshit.
it's just a 1 artifact, a 1 cost artifact. You put that shit on the field, and it's just God. I almost bought this card once, actually. I thought it was called the Spell Cage, though.
Oh, okay, no. I see what it's talking about. It's saying, well, first of all, you can't cast creatures from within the library, but your hand is allowed. So whatever you can pull into your hand, you're allowed to use that. But everything else, you can't like use a card. So you can summon a specific creature
Oh,
from the library, or you can't summon this specific creature from the graveyard. Only your hand is allowed. So if you can cancel that card out from within your hand, you're good. So as long as you can keep pulling cards into your hand, you pretty
Oh,
much
I was
negate
an
it.
asshole then. I explained this card wrong all those years ago.
Yeah, it's more
When
like
I
an
got this card and I read that, I just, oh no. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, oh god.
Yeah.
I, that was
You're like,
that
yeah,
was
that's
so
not
many
doing
years
you.
ago. I was in high school. I just realized I would. Oh no. Can I be faulted? No one else read the card.
Yeah, no, you can't be faulted for that because they should have read it too, considering it's how it's like. That's the one thing about Magic the Gathering is you need to like read the cards in careful detail.
Yeah, but some people can be so fucking touchy. It's like, don't touch my card. It's like, okay, let's spin the card so I can read what it does.
Yeah, I feel that.
Oh my god. You know, you know, I kind of want to play. Actually, I take that back. I don't want to play Magic the Gathering anymore.
Mm-mm.
I don't
I
want to
recommend.
play. I don't want to play Magic the Gathering because there's. Excuse me.
Mhm.
Hey. Okay, I'm good.
Whoa!
Oh, that's just how I yawn. I force the yawn out as fast as possible
Oh my god!
because the longer
It's-
you yawn, the more tired you get.
Well, that is to a degree, but the other reason for yawning is just if you're not like breathing heavily or anything, it's because you have built up carbon dioxide in your lungs, and yawning helps get rid of it.
Yep.
So if you're like very relaxed and calm and taking short breaths, you're gonna yawn a lot. It might not be because you're tired or anything.
Yep.
At least that's sort of part of the excuse I have whenever someone sees me yawning a lot because
Anyways, as I was saying, I don't want to play Magic the Gathering because it's like fucking how many people cry over how much they've spent on pieces of or pieces of cardboard.
that's what I was gonna say. Is at least get the arena one to try because I build decks without even spending a single dollar. Because just playing the game, you'll be able to get a lot of
Dude, my
resource.
buddy from high school spent like almost $40 on a relic card that basically
Jesus
gave him
Christ.
protection from all things except for white.
That's
And this is
yeah,
why I
I've
don't
seen
like
those.
Magic the Gathering anymore because there's just cards that make the game impossible to win anymore. It
Yeah,
fucks with the balance.
yeah, that's why I'm saying Arena at least has the rule set saying, hey, this card is banned now because it's just too strong. People don't like it anymore. Hence the one cost cat that you can just sacrifice and then respawn with food token. That's it. So I could sacrifice the cat by creating a food token and then resummon the cat with the food token just to deal 1 damage to you and heal myself 1, and that's it.
That's
But that
bullshit.
card is banned.
Just like Yumi, League of Legends needs to delete her from the game.
hmm No, what do you,
Speaking
well,
of, that's just about the end of the podcast.
I was about to mention that.
Do we want any closing comments?
Necron's cool. They're
Orcs are
better.
better.
Necrons are better.
Orcs is the best.
Necrons are now better because
Anyways, after I have just fully, completely killed all the Necrons in the world, we are going to call it for tonight. Please like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you guys next week. All right. Night.
Adios.
Night.